Oswego High School for the championship game of the 2012 Hoops for Healing Tournament. The game will feature the Benet Academy Red Wings and the Naperville Central Red Hawks. If you now please rise and join Oswego High School senior Alexis Gordon in the singing of our national anthem.
All right, Mike, can you hear me?
I hear you fine. You hear me?
All right. We're going to start in 3. I'll start, all right? We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to IHS.TV. With your host.
Number 11, Benet.
What?
I heard you guys say that.
No, I just turned it on.
Number 12,
I just unmuted it.
No, I heard you say, can you hear me? Are you ready?
No, I did that too.
I heard it through the headphones, dude.
Number 32.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to IHSA.TV with your host, Joe Salinas and Mike Brent here, bringing you the coverage of the championship round of Camp Hoops Tournament. 2 teams that will be competing tonight are Benet Academy Red Wings versus the Naperville Central Red Hawks.
Starting for the Benet Academy Red Wings is number 11, Colin Bonnet. Number 12, Colin Pellegrini. Number 21, Robert Haymerrill. Number 32, Pat McKierney. And number 45, Sean O'Mara. And starting for the Naperville Central Red Hawks, number 3, Nick Lopez. Number 4, Ryan Anthony. Number 32, Austin Pagawa. Number 21, Mike Blazik. And number 45, Nick Charzynski. Now, Joe, earlier in the week we did see Benet play, and it seemed like their offense was a huge wraparound Sean O'Mara. Do you think that's how they're going to try playing this game again tonight?
Absolutely, Mike. I think they're going to utilize all the height that they've got, especially with a guy like Sean, a great athlete like Sean O'Mara. But what I do see on this Naperville Central Red Hawk team is number 45, Nick Zarnowski, who's a junior who also stands at 6'9". So Sean might have his hands full tonight, but we'll see.
You know, we saw that Sean had a lot of talent inside the paint, but his outside shooting did seem weaker than you would expect from a player that they rely on so much on offense.
Absolutely, Mike. And this Benet Academy team, as we saw, they played our very own Andrew Thunderbolts a couple nights ago. They did a really good job controlling the paint. Did a great job of playing defense and really staying on top of their man. And it's a tough team, and I'm excited to see this showdown between Naperville Central, who's 2-1, against this Benet Academy Red Wings team, who's 3-0 in this tournament. And here goes the tip-off with the battle of the 45s, both standing at 6'9". And it will be Naperville's ball first. Naperville brings us to the front court.
And as everyone could probably have predicted, O'Mara is staying on top of the other 6'9" player out there.
Naperville Central player at stand 6'9". Again, Nick Zarnowski. Great presence on his team, and this Benet Academy team will bring the ball up court.
Benet really trying to find an opportunity to get it into O'Mara, but it seems like Naperville really did come prepared to guard O'Mara.
Absolutely, and what we saw from that Benet game against Andrew a couple nights ago, Benet really likes to score quickly here. This is not what we saw a couple nights ago. This Benet team's taking a lot of time now, really trying to get the good look that they want to get.
Well, Naperville, it's when you see a player on the roster coming up who's 6'9", their center, and you see most of their points being scored by him, you would imagine they'd put most of their defense on top of O'Mara.
Absolutely, and as you see, O'Mara just getting triple teamed there. But it wouldn't matter as Benet scores, and that's number 32, Pat McKierney, senior who stands 6'5".
I believe it was last game, McKierney, he did have some very nice scoring opportunities. He had actually some very nice threes along with number 23, Jack Arrett.
Absolutely, and here we go with Naperville Central trying to find a way now, and they'll pop a three, and that'll be off. Benet recovers. Rebound by number 12, Colin Pelletieri. Another great presence in that game that we saw a couple nights before from Colin. I mean, he took a load off of his team's shoulders and really helped score. He got double digits last time.
And O'Mara trying to get at the ball, trying to find someone, but he's being double teamed once again.
And that rebound will be by number 3 of Naperville Central, Nicky Lopez, senior, 5'11", playing point guard for this team.
Lopez puts it up for three.
He'll be off. Rebound by number 32, Pat McKierney. As we reach down the 5-minute, 30-second mark. Again, this tournament championship round, very high caliber level of play. Sean O'Mara misses.
O'Mara really being shut down by just constant double teaming on him.
Absolutely, and Naperville wasting no time getting the shot off. Rebound, O'Mara. Is Benet again. Trying to find a good way to score, looking for a good look. Not being hasty with the ball. Just playing good overall offense here. Score is 3-2 with Benet Academy leading.
You know, O'Mara really struggling for him to find the ball with his teammates trying as hard as they can to get it into him. It's really been a hard time for his teammates finding him.
And that'll be a scramble for the ball, and it will be a foul. And that foul will be on Benet, I believe. I'm sorry, it will be on Naperville Central. O'Mara will be shooting for Benet. Again, Sean O'Mara, great free throws. Last game we saw, I'm sorry, no free throws will be made. It will be just a inbound by Benet and instantly pass it to Pat McKierney.
McKierney looking for somebody. He finds 12. Pelletieri.
And Benet really spreading the ball out, trying to work this defense around. Maybe trying to find a hole or some sort of gap in their defense. It's a no avail. Naperville standing strong defensively.
Seems like Naperville is playing kind of how Andrew does their defense, where it's more spread out along and they stay inside the three-point zone.
Absolutely, that won't matter. Sean O'Mara finds a way to score, and Benet leads 5-2. Naperville Central here. Now on the other side of the court, trying to find a way for themselves to score, and they'll make a quick three. Rebounded by Sean O'Mara. Quickly passes up to his teammate. And again, they will hold on to the ball here and try to find a way to score. And Mike, I think this is a very different Benet team that we saw a couple nights ago, and they're really being patient with the ball and trying to find their shot. At number 23, Jack Urett of Benet Academy tried to put it back up, missed. And now Naperville Central will try and get this in as swinging it around all players. Everyone getting at least one touch.
It seems like Benet, how they're playing farther back inside their own court.
And that's a three by Naperville Central's number 32, Austin Palga.
With Benet playing farther back inside their own court, it really seems like it's hurting them in this part, especially with the strong three-point shooting that Naperville Central does have.
Absolutely, Mike. And now score is tied 5-5 as we hit 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first quarter. Benet again taking a lot of time off this clock, and Sean O'Mara really getting his man, getting exactly what he wants, bullying the other number 45, Nick Sornowski, on Naperville Central.
You know, two players that are just absolutely massive out there, huge bodies, and both capable of making huge plays.
Almost a steal there by Benet.
I really do believe that these players will be duking it out all night.
You know, both these teams, great teams. I mean, of course, they have to be extremely good to make it to the championship round here. Kudos to both teams, both head coaches. And I really expect a good game, and that's exactly what we're seeing. I mean, we're not seeing a very high-scoring game, but we are seeing great defensive pressure and great looks at the basket, as that was a foul on Benet. And number 21, number 21, Mike Blazik will shoot, and he makes his first bucket.
Score is now 6-7.
Make them both, and here we go. It's 7-7.
But like you were saying earlier, Joe, how Benet is a completely different team than they were before, like what we saw a couple days ago.
Absolutely, and now they're actually taking their time and being patient with the ball and hopefully just getting a good look instead of just wasting possession. And again, at this championship caliber level, every possession counts. Really can't be throwing the ball away too much, if at all. And that will be a foul on Naperville Central as Benet will inbound the ball here. And you know, Mike, Bennett's getting a lot of calls here, and they're really being very patient with the ball. Is this really what you expected at the beginning of this game?
You know, honestly, no. I really expected it to be more of a high-shooting game, high-scoring game, but right now it really seems like a battle of the defenses, and Naperville Central and Benet are both struggling to find the basket.
And there will be a foul on Benet Academy as Lopez will shoot free throws. Again, we are at Oswego High School here in Oswego, a neutral location for this championship game between Benet Academy and Naperville Central. Fans from both sides present here, rooting for their team to win.
And with a game like that's this big, Joe, it really seems like both schools really want to just come together and support their team in getting this victory, no matter who gets it.
Absolutely. I mean, make it to the championship level, you want to have a lot of support for your basketball team, especially with the season coming in now, soon in full throttle. This is Pat McKierney from Benet trying to find a way to get rid of the ball. He does. And that'll be a quick shot by Benet. By number 4, Eddie Ishu.
Great outside shooting we've seen today already.
And Naperville will miss, and it will remain Naperville's ball. Score 8-10, Benet leading by 2. Naperville now looking for a look, and this game has just been, this is an off the ball foul. Still Naperville Central's ball. But again, both these teams really slugging it out and trying to throw punch for punch here.
I honestly did not expect a game that would become this physical in legal terms.
And Benet will make a couple substitutions here before the inbound. And then here's Naperville Central here. Number 4, Ryan Anthony passes the ball. Number 21, Mike Blazik. Almost loses it, and this will be a shot by Lopez, and he misses. Rebound Benet. And now it's going the other way.
O'Mara really taking a beating inside that paint right now.
Very physical game as Naperville Central finds a way to come up with the ball. And now they got numbers. And number 4, Ryan Anthony, almost had a great play. Misses the hoop. Maybe going a little too fast for his own good.
As we're winding down to the end of the first quarter.
Score is 10-8, Benet leading.
Seems like Benet's really going to try to have the last possession here, which I think is a very wise decision.
Absolutely, especially in a championship game. You already got the lead. Really don't want any sort of momentum from Naperville. Keep it for the last shot. You get it. You're up by 4. You miss it. End of the quarter.
And the 3. And it's good.
And that is another 3 by number 4, Eddie Ishu, as he has just been on fire And that is the end of the first quarter. Your score, 13-8. Benet Academy up.
We really didn't see much scoring this quarter out of O'Mara, which I really did expect coming into this game. But out of instead number 4, IHSA. I honestly did not expect that kind of shooting out of him after not seeing much of him last game.
Absolutely, and IHSA here just coming out of nowhere. He's a senior, standing at 6 foot. He's just proving to everyone he can shoot the ball, as he already has 2 3-pointers. And what are you expecting out of this next quarter, Mike?
I feel like Bennett's going to play more up, more outside, and more push farther up than they have been defensively, because that's really shown that Naperville can hit threes and hit them well. And I feel like their offense is going to be more revolved around, not as much around Sean O'Mara, but Eddie Ishu.
Those are some bold predictions, Mike, as we're here at the start of the second quarter. Score 13-8, Benet leading. And again, we're here for the Camp Hoops Tournament championship round between Benet Academy and Benet Academy Red Wings and Naperville Central Red Hawks. 2 teams with a lot of pride and a lot of tradition. And Benet will start this quarter off with the possession, as they have had the momentum thus far in this game. Again, 3-0 in this tournament, quite impressive in itself. Really proving that they are the best in this tournament. I mean, Naperville Central 2-1, trying their best to prove otherwise. Wouldn't you think, Mike?
I completely agree with that, Joe. And Benet really struggling to get inside.
Sean O'Mara just bullying and getting every possession he can, and he will be fouled and he'll head to the line.
We saw Sean O'Mara having very well shooting from the line, and hopefully it'll continue tonight.
Shooting 2 is Sean O'Mara.
And here's Sean, second time at the free throw line tonight. And he will miss, not by much, but still keeps the game at 13-8.
This is a relatively low-scoring game for Benet compared to the last game.
Absolutely, and maybe Naperville Central's defense here is they haven't really shown any much gaps. Apart from a couple of looks from the outside, which were both threes by Eddie Ishu.
And Benet already playing a more aggressive defense than they were in the first quarter.
Now Naperville Central find a way to get the ball here. Is
Ishu with the rebound.
I noticed that this Benet Academy defense is playing man-to-man, and it's been working, actually, and kind of surprised considering the way Naperville has been moving the ball so quickly and rapidly between players. This is Pat McKierney. Number 4 at Ishu has been on fire thus far. See if they give it to him again. Maybe work some magic. And this is a wide open look for number 12, Colin Pelletieri.
No good.
Benet rebound, and they'll put it back up, and it's good. And that's number 11, Colin Benet. Colin Bonnet, rather.
16-8, Benet leading.
6 minutes, 29 seconds left in the second quarter here. I mean, both head coaches got to be proud of their teams for getting this point, but, I mean, both want to win. Head coach of Benet Academy is Gene Heidkamp. The head coach for the Naperville Central Red Hawks, Pete Kramer. I wonder how head coach Pete Kramer is going to respond to this Benet attacking force, which has already put up 16 points here in the second quarter.
Benet really has shown that they can adjust very well to just about anything that Naperville will throw at them. And as you can see, as them struggling, both teams struggling to put up points, it seems like now Benet is finding a groove to get into and score.
And after that stoppage in play, we'll resume the game as Naperville Central will get the possession of the ball here at Oswego High School, where this is the championship round of the Camp Hoops Tournament. Benet Academy 3-0 and Naperville Central 2-1. One off a tiebreaker between Proviso and Naperville North.
Benet playing very aggressive defense right now.
And that's a 3 taken by Naperville, and that will be off the mark. And another rebound by Naperville Central is they'll get another look for Lopez, and Lopez will miss. Rebound Benet. Eddie Ishu got the rebound.
Eddie Ishu was being pressed very hard back there after getting the rebound.
And now we have a wasted possession as Naperville Central will get the ball back as Benet threw it out.
Number 5 now checking in for Naperville. Rob Sotkin.
Here we go with Naperville advancing the ball. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left on the clock. They're going to try to spread the ball out again as they've done all night. Working in the first quarter, but now kind of being shut down in the second. Benet adjusting rapidly.
Benet with their man-to-man coverage really proving to be extremely strong right now.
And that'll be a foul on Benet Academy as Naperville Central will retain possession.
Something that I noticed out of both teams now is O'Mara and number 45, Karzowski, coming out on Benet and for Naperville. Why do you think that is, Joe?
Well, Mike, could be a variety of things here. Is maybe Sean O'Mara getting a little tired. They want to get a different look out. Give both their big guys a rest here. I mean, as you've seen, Bennett's been using all of their players. As that's a shot by number 4, Ryan Anthony, for 3, and that cuts the game down to 5. But again, going back to Benet, a lot of their players have been stepping up, such as Eddie Ishu and Colin Bonnet, and even other players such as number 12, Colin Pelletieri. As Benet will pop it back out.
It'll be no good.
Naperville getting very aggressive on the fast break. They'll retain possession. And just as we thought, here comes O'Mara back into the game.
To replacing number 33, Jack Beneventi. With O'Mara coming back in, do you think that Naperville's going to try to counter that by putting back in Charzanski?
I wouldn't be surprised here, Mike. I mean, it's the only guy who can really cover him. Really has a shot. As you've seen, Benet now playing a zone rather than man-to-man. It will remain Naperville Central's possession. And here we are, 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the second quarter. Your score 16-11. Benet Academy winning by 5. And that will be a steal by Benet Academy.
A very physical steal right there we just saw. Put up by Pelletieri.
And that's another 3. This one taken by Pelletieri. And wow, this Benet Academy team just on fire from outside the arc. That's 3 made free throw, 3 made three-point shots.
It's an absolutely great thing to do right now, and giving an 8-point lead now to Benet, which is very, very beneficial at this point.
And this will be a stoppage in play, foul off the ball. And Naperville Central will inbound the ball. Here we go with Naperville Central. This crowd really getting into it, these fans trying to psych out the other team.
The fans really do play a huge role in these games, especially because everybody, as most people know,
that shot taken by Austin Palgo, and it's good. Junior stands at 6'5". Getting his points in this game, saying that this Benet Academy team is not just going to walk all over us, really setting a statement. And if you look at the paint, O'Mara really bullying his way past people. That shot's taken, that's off. Benet Academy rebound, but that will be an over-the-back violation against Benet, and it will be Naperville Central's ball.
Yeah, I've seen a lot out of Benet that I'm very impressed with. Rather than just always giving the ball to Sean O'Mara, it seems like that isn't working as great as they thought in the beginning of the game that it would.
And there will be free throws coming up for Naperville Central, as I believe Benet is above the foul mark. That one will be no good. However, Naperville Central will retain, and they will lose it. Ryan Anthony with the turnover there. Here's Colin Pelletieri. Another Benet Academy player has been making a lot of points. And here he goes for a 3, and that'll be a foul. I believe it'll be on Benet, and Naperville Central will get the ball. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Naperville Central. And you know, Mike, I've seen this Benet team, and they're really being aggressive, and I think a little too aggressive with all these fouls they're giving. What do you think?
I completely agree with that statement because what we saw at Benet before was a very conservative team, not really fouling much, but already racking up 8 fouls, and they're only about halfway through the second quarter. I really feel like they're going to keep on playing just as physical as they are throughout this whole game.
As he nails that one, Naperville Central will try for another free throw, and he'll miss it. Rebound by O'Mara, and here comes Benet Academy with now a slimmer lead at only 5, score being 19-14. Benet Academy. Here's Benet being very conservative, as they have been all night, looking for great shots. Found 3 good looks from the 3-point line, nailed them. Here's another 3, and that will be good. This one from Eddie Ishu again, and that will be his 3rd 3 this game, and he is just on fire, scorching red hot.
Absolutely amazing right now. I didn't expect anything like this from him after not seeing almost any minutes from him during that Benet-Andrew game.
Almost seems like you can't stop him, as Naperville Central hasn't been able to answer him. Almost as if he walks onto this court and he's open. Really getting uncontested shots. Here to Naperville Central, just trying to find a way to get open, but this Benet Academy team really came here to play, and they're playing hard defense, not giving any space to this Naperville Central team.
Benet also switching back to a man-to-man like they were playing before.
Naperville Central just swinging the ball back out, and that'll be off, and Sean O'Mara will get the rebound again for that missed shot. And here comes Benet again, looking to score more points and make this margin even larger than it is at 8.
Ball stolen by number 5 for Naperville. Puts it up, and it's good. Score is now 16-22. Benet still leading by 6.
Minute 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Benet Academy trying to widen their lead, and here's another open look, and that'll be a foul. Yes, Eddie Ishu would have had his 4th 3.
Ishu is absolutely on fire tonight, like you said multiple times, Joe.
Luckily, there was a foul, so Naperville Central will not be penalized or punished for that mistake. Benet will be here to inbound and look for them to give it back to Eddie, who again has been on fire. And there's number 32, Pat McKierney, who alongside Sean O'Mara have been 2 big guys getting the rebounds and doing the dirty work here. As that's not the other number 45, Nick Kornowski, who's also another big guy standing at 6'9". He's a junior.
You have 2
Naperville Central.
We have 2 massive players out there, and though I expected to see a lot more shooting out of both of them and more of a duke to who could score more points and who can win more rebounds, it's really seemed like more of a battle of outside shooting right now with multiple 3s in this game.
As Sean O'Mara checks out of the game, Benet will make a couple of substitutions as Naperville Central will attempt some free throws, and this is Nick Kornowski to try to get a 3-point play here. And he will get it as he cuts this game down to 5. 24-19 your score here at Oswego High School. Championship round of the Camp Hoops tournament.
And there's just under a minute left now in the first half. And Joe, do you expect Benet to try to get one quick score and steal the ball and another one, or just maybe try to possess for a whole minute?
I think Benet's been very conservative this game. I think they're going to try to hold for the last shot here. Very surprised if they do go and try to score quickly. Because again, they're just swinging the ball back out. And here's Pat McKierney, and he'll get it. I was wrong here. Here's Naperville Central. I want to get a quick score back before the end of this half. 35 seconds left.
Naperville Central taking their time with this last 30 seconds, hopefully trying to get the last possession, not allowing Benet to get another scoring opportunity.
.22 seconds left on the clock here, and Benet will play great defense. And that will be a foul against Benet, and they'll send Naperville Central to the free throw line. This crowd really getting into it as they're booing that call, and this will be Nick Zarnowski. Nick Zarnowski shooting some free throws here. Bad mistake by Benet. Rare mistake by them, as they've been great thus far, and that's a missed free throw by Zarnowski. And here it is, 20 seconds left on the clock, and this half will be in the books. As Zarnowski misses both free throws, and Benet gets a little uneasy rebound there.
He was very quickly fouled there, and I believe it was a strategic foul on that part.
And here's Benet Academy here to inbound. 17 seconds left on the clock now. And Naperville Central trying to get another opportunity here. Don't believe they will.
It's just 15 seconds left now. They can still shoot, but it's going to be tough.
And here's Benet trying to find anything they can. Is 6 seconds here. 3 seconds, and that's a three. And that'll be off the mark as Naperville Central just take this one back into the locker room. At halftime, your score is 26-19 Benet Academy.
I am Mike Brennan, and this is Joe Salinas with me, and we will join you again after halftime.
Pretty fast. Everybody stopped at the same time.
There was barely any, only one timeout. Hey, one day, whenever you get a chance, go to support, find out what the deal is, because something's wrong with those transmission of the laptop.
Right. Yeah, I'll call them and have them remote it and see if it's stuff or something. We've never had that happen to us. It's always been rock solid.
Bad luck.
Something good. Thank you. Halftime stats. That is pretty cool.
In the minutes that everybody was in.
Actually, I forgot there's another tournament I had scheduled in Milwaukee this weekend. Game started today. I haven't even checked on the game. Hopefully they
No problems.
no band or anything. That's another thing too. You know, it's kind of quiet.
This game is extremely laid back.
Yeah. Please don't have any problems. It's not a tournament.
He shoots 3 for 3 on 3-pointers.
stop being color and start like giving steps like the previous half and make connections. Now just continue to do play by play. It'll give you stuff to talk about.
What time is it?
8:10.
Milwaukee Kings should be playing right now. Great. This game's not even going off. Goodbye. Regardless.
That's awesome how they have the stats like that.
So here's the tournament we did. Fresh Coast Classic. Oh, that's good. The games went on. I'm glad. There's a sponsor.
Where'd you go?
This is our Milwaukee tournament we had going on this weekend too.
What do you think is the best basketball team in the Midwest?
Oh, probably Seneca.
Cinea's good at everything, it seems like. Well,
What?
yeah, I'll be that guy.
You'll be that guy.
I'll be the guy that says it.
Says what? Say that to Mario Balotelli.
Huh?
Say that to Mario Balotelli. And Samuel Eto'o.
You know it's true.
Mario Balotelli is Italian.
Oh.
Italian black.
I feel like
Black
Chelsea
Italian.
is like the only decent people for basketball soccer.
No?
Chelsea is like the most.
You got a pen?
I don't.
Neither do I. Here, study these and make connections and stuff so you have stuff to say. I feel like I'm overcrowding the mic.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna feel like Sunday.
Yesterday felt like Sunday to me.
I'm gonna be kind of sad that we're not doing this anymore.
I know, right?
I
I
kind
like
of,
doing this.
I kind of liked going to other schools and just seeing like what's out there.
Now, Tom, if you ever need the Illinois crew, we can hook you up.
I don't know. I just think seeing other schools is cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Seeing all these schools, because you see just Andrew and you just see like Sandberg and Steg and that's it. You never get to see like this.
It's only an hour away.
More than that, dude. It's like 2.5.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Not that far. I'd say less than 2.
No, it's definitely more than 2.
Milwaukee?
Milwaukee, yes. It's far.
No way, dude, because one of my colleagues drives in from Kenosha and he gets to the ballpark in an hour.
Tom, how far do you think Milwaukee is from here?
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours?
What?
You get from Milwaukee in 2 hours?
Yeah, it's not far. The reason it takes 2 hours is because there's a lot of traffic. Got to do Chicago traffic and Milwaukee traffic.
Wait, Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Where do you pick Milwaukee?
I got confused between Milwaukee and Minnesota.
What do you want?
All right, ready, Mike?
What?
Ready?
Yeah, for the most part.
All right. You want to open? All right. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, we're going on 3, 2, 1.
And we're back now live from Oswego High School, where we're bringing you the championship game of the Hoops for Healing basketball tournament. My name is Mike Brennan, and I'm here with my co-announcer, Joe Salinas. In the first half of the game, I really did expect to have a lot of physicality, especially inside the paint, which we did see, but I also expected to see a lot of scoring from inside the paint. And most of the scoring did come from outside the paint, and a lot of jump shots and a lot of threes, especially by Eddie Ishu, who was 3 for 3 for threes and had an absolutely amazing half. But also with Sean O'Mara, and though he didn't score much, he did play a big role of rebounds, having 4 rebounds defensively.
Absolutely, Mike. And I think the biggest surprise here for this Benet Academy team is having Eddie Ishu here being 3 for 3 on threes. And that's really set a tempo for this offensive front for Benet, as they've controlled this game from the very get-go here. And here is this Benet starting team, and that'll be a foul off, not a shooting foul. Benet will inbound and retain possession.
I've already seen one shot very quickly. Less than 10 seconds in, there's already a shot on Naperville. Do you think that's going to set a tone for the rest of the half? Maybe Naperville's going to come back out with more tenacity than they did in the first half?
I think we're going to see a few fireworks here, Mike, and I think both these teams are going to try and create pressure on another. And here we go with Naperville Central already with a steal. Lopez thought about it and just passed it off instead, and Naperville Central will try to have a good look here.
Naperville Central really controlling the ball very well here.
And here's Naperville Central really trying to dissect this defense Benet has, and Karnowski thought about it, didn't pull the trigger.
He finds Lopez.
And Naperville Central retaining the ball for about a minute now, really waiting for their time to shine. Haven't been too aggressive until now, and that shot will be off. Benet Academy will rebound.
Pelletieri with the ball now, taking his time bringing it up.
In this game, only at 26-19, Benet leading. Really thought we'd see a little more, and that's a foul. Not a shooting foul, but it will still be Benet's ball.
We see a lot of influence by Sean O'Mara already, more than we did in the first half, I think, with him already having 2 shots on basket, though neither of them did count due to fouls.
Benet having advantage in field goal percentage, having 47%, compared to Naperville Central's mere 35% shooting. I think that's made a significant difference in this game, too, as Benet Academy's been able to knock down their shots and prevent defensive rebounds. Really setting the tone for this game. And here's McKierney as he just lays one in, and he'll get what he wants, as that's a 2.
That's an absolutely amazing feat right there, going over probably the largest player for Naperville Central, Charnowski. Naperville Central now getting the ball in. Up for 3, and it's good.
And that's number 21, Mike Blazek, who gets what he wants, and that's a 3, and that will bring this game to a 5-point differential. Naperville Central really playing on the ball now. A lot more aggressive than what we saw in the first half. Really trying to intimidate this Benet Academy team, and again, be aware of Eddie Ishu, who lurks on beyond that 3-point range, really can punish you from outside, as he's shown. And here it is, another three by Eddie Ishu, and that one will be off.
That's his first one he's missed tonight.
Now Naperville Central will miss, but they'll get the rebound, and that's number 21, Mike Blazek, as he gets a second score in a row. And now the game is 4-point differential as Benet will take a timeout.
You know, I think Benet should really start getting, they're really going to be on their heels right now, really watching what Naperville is going to be doing, because Naperville really has come out with a lot more power than they did in the first half. And Benet really struggling to adjust right now. What do you think the coach is saying right now down there to Benet?
For Naperville Central, I think the coach is talking to his team and telling them good job on the pressure and great job at really come out of the gate here and providing a lot of pressure on Benet and forcing him against the wall. And for Benet Academy, if you're head coach Gene Heidkamp, and I'd be telling my team, you got to keep up the pressure. I mean, this is a championship game. You can't be walking into a lead and expecting to walk out here with a win. You got to play all those minutes. So it ain't over until it's over, and still only in the third quarter and 5 minutes left. A lot of time to play some basketball.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, Joe. And, well, as we see, Naperville really is making a play to come back in this game after they were down by, I believe, the largest deficit was 12 points.
Again, the winner of this game will be the champion of this Camp Hoops tournament. What a way to start your season off. Calling yourself champions is both these teams showing great poise and great confidence in their abilities. That's exactly what you want to see when you want to start the season off for basketball. And Benet shoving the ball around, and that will be missed. And Sean O'Mara will be there, and he'll say no problem. He blows his way in there and gets a field goal and 6-point ball game.
O'Mara being in an absolutely perfect position there to get that ball, rebound it, and put it straight back up. Naperville now pressing back in with the three. No good.
And that will be a rebound by Eddie Ishu. And they'll feed it to Sean O'Mara as he'll put it in with the easy layup, and that's his second score in a row.
As you've seen out of O'Mara, though he is a huge body and he seems slower than his teammates in comparison, he really does make it down the court quickly, and he makes a huge influence when he does.
Naperville Central now trying to find a way to get that momentum that they had prior to the timeout. Looking for the foul there. You won't get it. Benet Academy will rebound it instead, and that will be a foul on Naperville Central as they'll toss it in. Benet Academy will retain possession here, I believe. Oh, the Naperville Central, rather. Foul on Benet.
Number 21, 3, and it's good. Number 21, Mike Blazek on that.
And he's just been on fire this second half as he already has made 3 shots. 7 points. Blazek being really the only catalyst that this Naperville Central team has to offer as he's trying to tell his team that we're still in this. It's not over. It's only 5 points and
a traveling on O'Mara. You know, against the Benet-Andrew game, I did see a lot of traveling out of O'Mara, and hopefully that will not be a trend here tonight, as nobody likes to see fouls like that called.
And if you're head coach for Benet Academy, Gene Heidkamp, you want to not risk the ball on silly penalties like that, silly fouls, such as traveling. And yet Sean O'Mara is still such a vital part of this Benet Academy offense.
Sean O'Mara, though we didn't see much of him out of the first half, do you really think that in the locker room, Benet really put more emphasis on using probably one of their strongest offensive players?
Absolutely, and you want to put a lot of emphasis on Sean O'Mara because he's one of those, he's the premier player of this Benet Academy offense and defense as well, as he's proven he can block, he can get rebounds, he can score. Probably one of the biggest offensive threat Benet has to offer. But other players stepping up dramatically, such as Eddie Ishu. She's already had 9 points, all of them from threes, and here he is again. Speaking of Eddie, there he is.
That one for 2.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. And here's Eddie Ishu with the rebound again. And almost had a good play there. Benet Academy will inbound still.
That was narrowly stopped by Naperville Central.
Sean O'Mara getting a lot of time on the court here as he's been on nearly for the whole game, only being out 2 minutes. Sean O'Mara fighting for the ball, and he won't get it. It will be Naperville Central's ball.
The referee's really starting to get stricter after seeing the first half with a lot of pushing and shoving going on.
Sean O'Mara will check out of the game. I'm going to assume just for a little bit here until this quarter ends. We are only at 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Naperville Central really being aggressive here, and that'll be a foul on Benet. And he will, Mike Blazek will inbound the ball.
Benet Academy has a huge show of athleticism, and they really are showing it right now in these moments, being up by 7 points right now. And Eddie Eschue now checking out of the game.
Now Naperville trying to find a way to respond as they're down by 7 here in the third quarter. Give it to Lopez, the point guard, and there's Blazek with another shot, and he will miss this time. Blazek being the only source of scoring for this Naperville Central team here in this third quarter. And this will be a missed shot by Benet Academy. That was Pat McKierney. And Naperville Central will get the ball back. It's a non-shooting foul. A minute 27 left in third quarter, and this is Joe Salinas with Mike Brennan here, announcing this game and giving you all the updates as they arrive here at Oswego High School, where the championship game of the Camp Hoops tournament is commenced. Benet Academy versus Naperville Central, and that would have been a good three. However, there was a off-the-ball foul, and it will still remain Naperville Central's ball.
You know, Benet Academy coming in 3-0, do you think that is going to help them with more of a confidence level than they had before?
Absolutely, Mike. I think Benet Academy being 3-0 proves to themselves that they are the best and they have the best record, and always being undefeated. It always helps your confidence boost. Fans showing a great effort of support for the respective teams. And Benet will be here to inbound and gain possession. As number 45, Nick Karnowski checks into the game. You know, Mike, again, both number 45s are out there, both standing 6'9", Sean O'Mara and Nick Karnowski. What are you expecting on the fight between both of them?
You know, earlier we saw a lot of physicality between them, and it's nothing different right now. A lot of pushing and shoving and grabbing it down there in the paint.
Sean O'Mara threw that ball away. Bad pass, and this will be an easy Naperville Central score
for number 3, Lopez.
Score is 34-29. Benet leading.
With under a minute and a half left, Joe. Once again, do you think that Benet's going to try to possess in these final few seconds or try to get a quick score and go for another?
Well, seeing how Bennett's been playing thus far, I expect them they want to score as fast as possible, not really caring about the clock, and that will be a foul on Naperville Central. To inbound it will be Benet here at 38.3 seconds.
And Eddie Eschue will be now coming back into the game. And right now what I'm predicting out of Eddie Eschue is a ball up top and going for that three. He's been very, very consistent with threes, only missing 1 of his 4 tonight.
And here is Eddie to inbound the ball. He'll get it to his teammate. And I think Benet will just hold the ball here for the last possession as they don't seem too aggressive. 27 seconds left. Eddie Eschue has the ball, passes it to his teammate Joe Boyle.
Benet now really taking his time here with under 15 seconds left now.
Sean O'Mara posting up against in the paint there. Expect Sean to get the ball here, and he does. Pass it back to Eddie Eschue. Bad dribble, and he'll just throw it up there. Wow.
Good for the buzzer
What a
beater.
play by Robert Hammerley from Benet Academy as he gets a buzzer beater. Everyone thought that ball was not going in.
That was absolutely incredible, amazing shot, which, though it required a great deal of luck and also bigger deal of skill on that part. Absolutely amazing play to end the third quarter to make the score 36-29, Benet leading by 7.
And that's the effort you need in a championship game, and Benet has come and shown that they are ready to take this championship by storm, proving that every play and every possession is worth it and never count them out. That last play really got everyone riled up.
With just an absolute immense amount of skill and talent that we've seen here today. I really feel like Benet, my prediction for this game is for Benet to come out on top.
And man, if you're Naperville Central, how do you respond to that?
You know, it's got to be a huge, huge boost to Benet. And if I were personally on Naperville Central, I feel it would be more motivation to get that score back and make Benet wish that they hadn't given us that extra boost.
Score is 36-29 with Benet Academy leading by 7. As we commence the fourth quarter, it's Joe Salinas and Mike Brennan here at Oswego High School as they host the championship game for the Camp Hoops tournament.
You know, Camp Hoops, we've mentioned it before, and it's an absolutely great cause, which allows for children who has family who's fighting cancer to really just release themselves and pick up some basketball skills on the way.
Again, Camp Hoops is a great organization. Benet Academy will start this fourth quarter rather, with all the momentum in the world after that buzzer beater by number 21, Robert Hammerley. Pat McKierney being another leader, and this is Eddie Ashu, and he'll miss. That's a rare miss by Eddie as he's been on fire tonight, and Pat McKierney doesn't give up on the play, and that's an easy field goal. 9-point differential. Benet Academy leading 38-29. Naperville Central trying to do anything they can to stay in this game, and that's been their ringleader all night. As that's Mike Blazek again from the three-point line, cut this game down to 6. And Naperville Central really putting a lot of pressure on their senior Mike Blazek, standing at 6'3". His majority of points for his Naperville team.
He puts it up for a 3, number 32 for Benet.
That's Pat McKierney.
Pat McKierney having 2 big scores now already in this fourth quarter early.
He's another senior for Benet, another leader for this team. And there you go with Nick Konowski, the other 6'9" leader. He tries and keeps his game alive. And that'll be a foul on Benet.
Benet Academy with, the momentum's going both ways right now, and Benet Academy, I don't know if they're going to be able to respond to it as well as Naperville has.
And here's Naperville for 3. That's Mike Blazek again, and he will be fouled from the three-point line. He will go to the line for 3 shots, having the ability here to cut this game down to 4 if he makes all 3. He's just been on fire this half. Really the only source of scoring that this team has to offer. As he makes the first one, score now 41-35. He'll go for a second free throw. Again, Mike Blazek on fire here. Make his second free throw. Cuts this game down to 5. And now to check in for Benet Academy, that will be number 23.
Number 23, again, we've seen him a lot.
Jack Urett.
Urett, especially against the Andrew game, he had a lot of big plays that allowed Benet to stay in it when Andrew began coming back against them.
And Mike Blazek will go 2 for 3 from the free throw line in that series as this game has been cut down to 5. And that will be Naperville Central's ball as Benet Academy, their fan base here just livid with the call, thinking that should have gone on Naperville.
Naperville really did get lucky on that call there.
Naperville now trying to find a way back into the game. only down by 5. A lot of basketball left to play. Is 6 minutes, 15 seconds left. And that will be another foul on Benet Academy as Naperville Central will retain possession.
It is the second foul in a row for a key offensive player, Eddie Ishu. Naperville really trying to, I assume, we probably go for the 3-point here because a three-pointer easily will put them back in the game.
And here we go with Naperville Central trying to find a way to score and stay in the game. He'll step out of bounds, and it will be Bennett's ball. Silly mistake by Naperville Central as it will cost them now. Cost them a key possession. At this point, every possession counts.
But there's still a lot of time left in the fourth quarter, over 5.5 minutes left.
Now Benet trying to find a way to get the momentum back that they had. Naperville Central being very, very aggressive here as a timeout will be taken by Benet. Try and stop this Naperville run. Again, with you here, Joe Salinas and Mike Brennan with our cameraman, Nate Chanel. I'll bring you the best coverage from Oswego High School as they host the championship game.
This game
Camp
is,
Hoops.
honestly, I expected a higher performance this half out of Benet, and it seems like this game is really going to go down to the final minutes if Naperville can get these 2 key possessions and score on them.
Again, watch out for Eddie Ashu, number 4, who's dangerous from the 3-point line, to say the least, and can really put the dagger through the heart and seal the victory for Benet here at any time in the game. Sean O'Mara putting everything he's got in the game, too, as he's only missed around 3 minutes the entire game, and I don't expect him to come out anytime soon.
O'Mara being a huge player for Benet, defensively and offensively, really allowing for many rebounds to be made and also many inside shots to be made that normally wouldn't.
And here's Benet Academy as they try to find the momentum back, and Yeshu being a key playmaker. I think it's funny. I mean, every play I see Sean O'Mara's big hand just call for the ball. Even when he's got a guy on him, he really wants that ball and really wants to make a difference in this game. I think it's great athletic spirit and great competitive spirit that he has.
O'Mara has an absolute great deal of strength.
And that's a block by Benet. Naperville will recover here, though. As we roll down past the 5-minute mark. There's Mike Blazek, the only source of scoring for Naperville. He'll miss, and this is number 45, Mike Kozowski, and he will get the and one.
Nick Kozowski, he's done great tonight. Absolute great inside the paint, and though really haven't seen many big plays out of him, he's made a huge influence down there, especially against Sean O'Mara.
Now he has the ability to, or the chance to cut this game down to 2. Really make this an interesting ball game, Mike. And he will miss the free throw, and this game will be just a mere 3-point differential. Still up in the air for both teams. Benet Academy being weared down, to say the least, by this Naperville team that's come out with a couple of runs that have just been fantastic. A lot of good efforts.
Benet really getting this ball around very nicely, but only being up by 3, you really want to see them score again. At least that's what I imagine the team would want.
Sean O'Mara will get this ball, and he'll reverse, and he'll miss, and Naperville will get the ball back again. Now with the ability to tie it. And here's Mike Blazek, and that's a deep 3.
Mike Blazek here doing great, coming up in a huge clutch moment there, tying the game at 41-41 with just under 4 minutes to go in the championship game.
Mike Blazek way downtown for that one. Had a hand in his face and everything. You can't stop him. And that'll be Naperville Central's ball as they have all the momentum in the world and this crowd going nuts.
You know, though Benet right now has a larger fan base, it seems like Naperville Central, their momentum is really pushing them forward and allowing them to have these big opportunities here.
And this Naperville team getting a standing ovation from their fan base is, here we are, 41-41, just under 4 minutes left to play.
You know, Joe, in this clutch moment here, what do you think the coaches on each side are talking to their players about?
Well, Pete Kramer for the Naperville Central Redhawks has got to be extremely proud of his team for coming back here and erasing a 9-point deficit that was present in the third quarter. And if you're Benet, you got to tell your team again, remind them that this is still a ball game and it could go anyone's way.
Benet, they look very confident at halftime, walking out with some sort of swagger. And now, right now, they're in a clutch moment, and they're really on their heels now, trying to hold their breath, trying to hold this game. And right now it's tied, and Benet really has to come back from this.
And here we go as we resume play. Benet and Oswego tied here. I'm sorry, Benet and Naperville North tied here at Oswego. And this ball game, this championship can go to anyone at this point. Now that I've seen both teams, I really can't make a prediction on who's going to win. Both teams showing that they came here to play. And what do you think, Mike?
I completely agree with you, Joe. And though it seemed like Naperville really wasn't a contender at halftime, they really came back, especially with the offensive power of number 21, Mike Blazik.
And that'll be off the ball. That will be a non-shooting foul on Benet. So Naperville Central will take possession of the ball. And this will be a shooting foul as Mike Blazik will take the free throws here, having a chance now to cut this tie and get a lead for the first lead for his team.
Blazik really has shown that he is a huge part of this Naperville North team, Naperville Central team.
And there it is as he knocks that one down. Mike Blazik on fire, to say the least. Knocking down everything he shoots. And there he is again. Now we got a 2-point ball game in favor of Naperville Central. And Mike, what do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Honestly, I think we're going to see a lot more aggression out of Benet because they did seem to calm down a lot after halftime, after coming out with having 8 fouls in the first half. And I also believe that Naperville, they're going to try to push the lead forward, try to get maybe a 6, 7, or 8-point lead, really trying to hold Benet to their own and trying to win this game.
And again, Naperville Central doing a great job of shutting down Sean O'Mara from Benet and really showing that defense can go a long way.
With 3:40 left now in the final quarter of play, the score is 43-41 with Naperville Central leading Benet by 2 points only.
Erasing a 9-point deficit that was in the third quarter. Really rallying back here and proving that they're not out of this game. Not by a long shot as they have taken the lead.
Benet taking their time getting down the court.
And now Benet trying to spread the floor and go back to their conservative look.
Eddie Ishu now at the ball, getting it into O'Mara.
Really can't waste a possession.
O'Mara gets it up and draws the foul.
And that's an and one for Sean O'Mara. And can't say I'm surprised to see that as he's the main source of scoring for this Benet team. Here's Sean on the free throw line. He knocks down it, and he takes the lead back for his Benet team.
Naperville Central now taking it down, calling a play to his team. Blazing again with the ball.
And there's Naperville Central again, not backing down, and this game is getting more intense as we are just below 3 minutes left to play.
This game
3 lead changes within 30 seconds.
This game's being back and forth right now at this point.
And that's another foul, and this time it's Pat McKierney as he shows that he's not done.
A great game here for everybody to watch. Score now being 46-45 and a chance for an and one here.
Absolutely, as Pat McKierney goes for this free throw. He's got Naperville Central on their heels. Man, punch for punch. This is great. This is great championship basketball, and this is exactly what everyone wanted to see. As these two teams have just been duking it out for the past 5 minutes. And that will be an off-the-ball foul on Benet Academy.
Eddie Ishu's third foul now.
They're over the limit, and this will allow Naperville Central to shoot a couple free throws. Number 45, Nick Karnowski on the line. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left in the game. Joe Salinas and Mike Brennan here at Oswego, giving you all the coverage from this championship game.
Ishu now checking out to be replaced by his teammate number 21.
Robert Hammerley.
With 2:35 left, this has got to be a big blow to Benet right now, having one of their key offensive players come out.
As Nikonowski can't make that free throw, gives the ball back to Benet.
Giving Benet another possession that can prove extremely, extremely dangerous here.
And here we go with Hammerley back in the game. He's the one who had that amazing buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter. Third quarter.
We now see number 40 checking in for number 45. Patrick Maloney checking in for the 6'9" center, Nick Karzowski.
And that'll be another foul, another timeout by Benet Academy as the head coach, Gene Heidkamp, wants to talk things over. Benet, maybe going over a couple of schemes.
I feel like Bennett's really going to try to put a couple more points up on the board and just possess this ball and keep it out of the hands of number 21 for Naperville Central, Blazik. Because Blazik, he really has proved to be an absolutely huge force down there, which I don't think any of us expected.
And now if you're the head coach for Naperville Central and you're Pete Kramer, what are you saying to your team, Mike?
What I'd be saying to my team if I was Pete, I'd be down there saying, get the ball and score. Get down there and score as fast as you can and get another score up. Trying to get up against Benet one more time.
If you're Pete Kramer, head coach at Naperville Central, you really want your team to play a downhill battle rather than an uphill one. Here in the fourth quarter of this championship game, Benet will inbound. Pat McKinney thought about it. And here's Sean O'Mara just proving to be a force to be reckoned with. And Benet will not get the rebound as now there is another foul. Another stoppage of play by the refs. As the refs talk it over, we're trying to figure out what's going on here. It'll be number 21 for Benet Academy. That's Hammerley. Checking in for number 23, Jack Urett. Checking out, rather. And that stoppage in play costed Naperville Central a crucial score there.
That would have put them back in the lead and put a very good position for Naperville Central.
And here we go, Naperville Central trying to find a way to tie this game. And here's Mike Blazik as he's going to try again, and he gets a bad look. Benet Academy now throwing
Bad
the ball
pass.
away.
And a timeout taken by Naperville. Score is 45-47 still. And just great basketball we're seeing here. The final moments are really making everything count here.
And Mike, if you're both head coaches, you're probably saying this is championship basketball and this is a level where you got to put everything on the line. And if you're Benet and Naperville Central, you got to be nothing but proud of your teams making it this far into the tournament. I mean, neither team wants to come back out with a loss, but what are your thoughts on this, Mike?
I feel like the coaches from Benet are going to tell their players, try to possess for this final minute and a half. And for Naperville, I feel like they're going to be telling their players, play extremely aggressive right now. Play with everything you have. Try to get these final points to win this game. And both teams are having their huge offensive players come out, Sean O'Mara and Karzinski.
Sean O'Mara for his Benet Academy Red Wings, and
Karzinski for Naperville Central.
And Karnowski will play up against Sean. What we expected. Naperville Central will start possession here. As the clock rolls down, still waiting to see what each team responds. Mike Blazek thought about it, and this is going to be a shot by Naperville Central. He'll nail it.
That'll be for 2 points to tie the game at 47-47 with 1:20 left.
That's Austin Palga, Jr., stands at 6'5". Benet Academy trying to pull something out of their sleeve.
Just over a minute left. Ball tipped out of bounds by number 32, Austin Palga.
Still be Bennett's possession, Bennett's ball. That'll be number 23 for Benet Academy. That is Jake Urett in the inbound, and he does. Bennett's now trying to find a way to get the last possession and the final score. And Sean O'Mara not be able to do it, but his partner sure does, as that's Pat McInerney again.
With just 45 seconds left in the game now, Benet is up by 2 points, narrowly having a lead against Naperville. Blazek now with the ball. Teammate finds Blazek once again.
And Naperville Central here, I don't think they want the last possession. I think they want they want to score, and it'll be a timeout.
Called by Naperville Central.
Naperville Central's head coach, Pete Kramer, wants a word with his team before these final 24 seconds die out.
These final seconds are probably the most crucial seconds of this whole tournament. A championship game after our back-and-forth lead late in the fourth quarter, 47-49, less than 30 seconds left. I don't think we can get any more stressful for this for either team.
I don't think so either, Mike. And again, Joe Salinas here with co-host Mike Brennan, announcing you all these great things we're seeing here at Oswego. Nathan Chanel, our camera guy, doing a great job getting you the best shots available. Here for the IHSA, the best in TV for high school sports. We're here at 24.8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. With Benet Academy up only 2. Naperville Central will get the ball. And we'll see what kind of play Pete Kramer runs for his team. And like this is as great as it gets. This is the best basketball you can see. Championship basketball, game extremely tight. And let's see what they do. I would expect that number 21, Mike Blazek, will get the ball here, as he's just been on fire all night. I don't know, I could be wrong, but until they prove it, I'm sticking by my premonition. And here we go with the final stretch of the game.
20 seconds left now. Blazek getting the ball, just like you said, Joe. Driving it in, puts it up, and it's good for 2.
And Blazek will get the ball. Benet with 13 seconds to score. Racing down the court. 8 seconds left.
And a timeout called by Benet.
Now 49-49.
With under 10 seconds left to go, Bennett's ball.
And now the head coach on the other side for Benet Academy wants a word, and that's Coach Gene Heidkamp.
Joe, what do you think Heidkamp is saying to his players at this moment?
Honestly, Mike, I think this ball is going. I think everyone knows where this ball is going, and that's their big center, their big 6'9" guy, Sean O'Mara, who's just controlled the paint from this game, and I think they're going to give it to him and flush it down. And I believe this is Benet Academy's final timeout, as if they've called the lot the second half.
Benet Academy doing an absolutely great job, but then Naperville Central coming back and doing an amazing job offensively, especially with Mike Blazek up there.
And this is it, Mike. 7.2 seconds left on the clock. Benet Academy will get possession here. And I can't see this ball going to anyone else other than Sean O'Mara, the big 6'9" center for Benet Academy.
Do you think that Naperville Central has planned for that to happen?
Absolutely, Mike. I think they've got a lot of situations locked down here, and I don't see Eddie Ishu out here, so I don't think this is going to be a shot that's going to be taken from outside the arc. I see this one going to either number 32, Pat McKierney, or Sean O'Mara, and here we go, 6 seconds left. And that will be a foul on Naperville Central. Benet retains possession.
A very, very risky time to foul here with just 5 seconds left to go.
Absolutely, and anything can happen here. You don't want to send them to the free throw line with only 5 seconds left.
And a big foul by Benet, number 32, McKierney.
And as the coaches, or the refs rather, talk it out, I believe Benet will be receiving this ball. And this will be for free throws as they send number 32, Pat McKierney, to the free throw line with 5 seconds left. This was a bad, bad choice by Naperville Central, who will now be left with only 5 seconds to score if Benet Academy makes one of these free throws. And Benet Academy will retain possession.
And a timeout called by Naperville Central. 5 seconds left in this game, still tied at 49-49. Probably one of the most, I'd say one of the most amazing games I've seen in a while.
Absolutely here, and both these teams now talking to their players and talking with each other, and honestly at this point I don't know what's going to happen. I thought that ball for sure was going to go to Sean O'Mara, but it wasn't, and now I'm curious to see what each team does in response. And here we go.
My prediction here is that Naperville Central is going to get this ball quick to Blazik, and Blazik is going to bring this ball down the court and try to get that easy two with just 5 seconds left.
Naperville Central will be taking the ball here all the way at their end of the court. Nobody can foul here. Risk sending their team to the free throw line. Here it is, the final possession for Naperville Central in the regulation. And he misses just narrowly as this game will head into overtime.
You know, absolutely great effort by Naperville Central. They're nearly almost getting that shot there. And now there will be a 4-minute overtime period. Now, Joe, what do you expect out of this overtime here?
Honestly, Mike, this game has gone so many different directions, I can't even make a prediction on what's going to happen. This will be 4 minutes of overtime, and expect both these teams to come out with a lot of firepower.
I completely agree with that statement, Joe. Both these teams have fought for a hard game right here, all 32 minutes of this basketball that's been played. And I feel like you said, extremely hard playing is going to continue.
Wow, what a game. If you're watching this, this is an amazing game. Championship basketball, this is the best kind of competition there is. Naperville Central coming back from 9 points in the third quarter rally and tie Benet Academy. Benet hasn't been able to break away, and this is just an astounding game. One to remember as we are headed into overtime in the championship round of this Camp Hoops tournament. Wow.
An absolutely amazing game here. And well, I honestly didn't expect anything like this out of this championship game. And a tip off once again for Sean O'Mara and Charzinski.
And here we go as we start the 4 minutes of overtime here in Oswego. This game just going back and forth. Ridiculous. Anything can happen here. Both teams sending out their best guys, and here's the tip-off. It will be Sean O'Mara. And Benet now will just try and close this game out to the best they can. Try to get a quick score and close out. That's Pat McKierney, the senior, and he will get what he wants as that's a 3. Crucial 3 here in overtime.
McKierney really making up for his missed free throw there. Blazik finds his man up top. Up for 3. No good.
And man, what a momentum switcher that would have been. Naperville Central staying in this game the entire time. Benet just trying to find a way to get away. And they'll give it to their big guy, Sean O'Mara, and he just throws it up backwards. Goes back up, misses again. And that went out of bounds. Benet will retain possession. Great effort, though, by Naperville Central.
Naperville Central really has been trying to get back in this game, and they're finally back in this game in overtime in the championship game. It's got to be an amazing feeling knowing that you got this far, but it's also got to be even better knowing that you still have a chance at winning this.
And here's Benet to inbound. As they do, barely, to number 11, Colin Bonnet. And the sophomore at 6'2".
Benet possessing right now. They find O'Mara. O'Mara puts it up, and it's good for 2.
5-point ball game. Bennett's up. Time running down. If Naperville Central wants to win this one, they got to respond.
They have to respond very quickly. Lopez now with the ball.
And what we're seeing now is a great game of championship basketball. And that will be a kicked ball foul against Benet. Naperville Central will retain.
Also, what I noticed, that Naperville Central took out probably their best offensive power, but now bringing him right back in, Blazik. Blazik's had an absolutely astounding second half in this game, really putting his team back in this game.
Like Blazik being a ringleader for that rally in the third quarter. And that's a 3 by Naperville Central. And it's only a 2-point ball game. Deja vu. Naperville O'Reilly's. Now Benet. McKierney thought about it.
Shot by 11. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Benet inside the paint. Puts it back up top. Stolen ball by Naperville.
Naperville lost it, and here it is. That's the equalizer.
54-54. Absolutely astounding game of playoff basketball, especially in the championship round.
That's number 32, Austin Polygon. We're right back to square one with a minute 48 left in this overtime period. Naperville Central not going anywhere.
With 1 minute and 40 seconds left now, Bennett's possessing the ball, with tied at 54-54 in overtime.
This is Pat McKierney again. He's been the ringleader for...
Crucial rebound now by Blazik.
Now Naperville wants to slow down this pace. This is minute 20 left. This is exciting, folks. This is the best it gets. Joe Salinas here with Mike Brennan giving you all this great coverage of the championship game in overtime.
Blazik now having the ball. He puts it up 4-2.
That's
no
a fadeaway,
good.
no good. Now we're under a minute, folks, with 55 seconds left in this great, great championship game. And the way these two teams are playing, I wouldn't be surprised if we went to second overtime.
Bennett's possessing now with 45 seconds left in the game, or in the first overtime.
And here we go with Benet. One of their players, Colin Bonnet, thought that he was open. Sean O'Mara wants this ball. You can see it. He will get the ball. And he'll pass it back out, and that's number 12.
No good.
Colin Pelletieri will miss it. And
rebound by their big man, Czarzinski.
16 seconds left in this overtime period, and Naperville Central will call timeout and think about it.
With 13.7 seconds left, it is absolutely incredible how this game is going.
Wow, 13.7 seconds left. This game is tied at 54-54. This is ridiculous, folks. If you're watching this, this is the best it gets. IHSA basketball at its finest.
Two absolutely great teams right now duking it out for the championship, the first place position here.
Nate Chanel, our cameraman, Joe Salinas, and Mike Brennan here announcing this as we bring you the best coverage of the championship game, sponsored by IHSA TV, the best high school coverage in the Midwest. As we're waiting for this game to come to its close of overtime, Naperville Central not going anywhere. You can tell both teams really want this win.
As the teams start to take the court once again, Benet already ready, having a plan. What do you think Benet's strategy is right now, Joe?
I think Bennett's just needs to, I think they know what they got to do. They got to play lockdown defense. No holes, no gaps, no opportunities. If this ball gets in the hoop, it's going to be off of sheer luck. That's what they got to do, and here it is. 12 seconds left. Naperville Central.
Under 10 now. They found their big man. He gets there.
Mike Blazek, that's their man. He's waiting. There's 3 seconds. That's
Lopez
a shot from
puts it
Lopez.
up. It's in! Naperville
in!
wins. Naperville wins with an amazing 3 by Lopez. An absolutely amazing game right now. 57-54 on the buzzer beater.
And this crowd is going crazy as Lopez just hit a 3-pointer to end this game in overtime. Buzzer beater. And this crowd is going wild, and we can't even see Lopez. He's drowned in a flurry of fans. Wow, what a game.
Absolutely incredible. Number 3, Lopez hitting that crucial 3, getting that win.
Naperville Central down 9 points third quarter, rallied behind their senior Mike Blazek. And now number 3, Nicky Lopez.
Getting picked up by his teammates, surrounded by a swarm of his fans.
What a game, folks. Amazing championship basketball, as this one was one to remember.
Unbelievable by the smallest means. I don't think there's any other word to describe this. I'm almost left speechless at this point from that amazing 3-pointer.
And your Camp Hoops champion for this year is your Naperville Central Redhawks. Head coach Pete Kramer must be ecstatic for his team. And that'll be it, folks, as I'm Joe Salinas, and I'm here with Mike Brennan and Nate Chanel, cameraman and your fellow announcer. And that's it for this championship game between Benet Academy and Naperville Central. And we'll see you next time here on IHSA.TV.